Hey, I'm here to give you my review of my JX3. One thing you're going to see different on this review compared to a lot of them you see on the YouTube lately is I don't have a box. This isn't an unboxing review. I'm not assuming what it's for. I've been hunting out of this for 3 years now, about to start my 4th season. I have over 300 hunts in this particular stand, so I'm going to tell you from my experience what all I've noticed or what I've learned. You can see I have my JX3 sticks on my back. This is the way they actually lock onto the stand, and the way you pack them in and out. They stay out of the way of the brush. They won't grab a hold of any of the limbs or briars that you come through, and they pack quiet and they pack light. You can see the attachment I've added to my sticks is simply a old cinch strap from an old trail camera. I put that on as a secondary precaution on their bouncing or anything when I'm walking through the woods, and it becomes a secondary strap if I need it to, when I get in my tree, if I need something else to attach something with. When you put your JX3 on at your tree, you'll put your waist belt back on, your shoulder straps, your sternum strap, and the leg straps that are on the back that hold your seat up as you're hiking actually buckle into the buckles on the side. And to adjust the length of them after you put them on, just pull the top strap, slide buckles down. That'll tighten them up when you get ready to loosen them up. Just pull the slide buckles up and then pull from the bottom strap. That'll pull the straps back through your buckles and loosen them for you. Your lineman rope is attached on your left side. Your bridge loops, carabiners, and your bridge is on the left side also. I climb with my seat down to save time. I carry my tether in my right saddle shoulder bag that I use as a dump pouch. I keep it daisy chained up, so all I gotta do is pull it out, unchain it, and put it on the tree. This isn't the best tree to be getting in, but it also shows you the versatility of the saddle. I make a point to thread my tether the exact same direction every time, so in the dark, when I'm doing it in the dark, I know it's right. One unique feature to the JX3 is the locker ball. You slide it up onto your tether knot, it will not slide. It won't move if you take the pressure tension off. So it saves you a little money. You don't have to buy a tether lock or make one. I run the ropeman one on my tether. Simply just come up, lock into your bridge, take your slack out, pull the slack into your lineman, and make your final adjustments on the length of your tether. When I get my tether set to the length I like it, one trick you'll learn is to daisy chain your tether up onto your bridge so it stays up out of your way while you're hunting, because once it's set, you don't need it anymore. Next thing I do is I'll daisy chain my lineman belt back up and hook it on a D-loop on the back. But for right now, I'll just hook it. D-loops are right here on the corners. You can see one on this side. The gear ties are what I attach my sticks to as I climb. What makes the JX3 unique is the tree fork. A lot of people think you preset it and leave it where you like it. It's actually it's actually to fine adjust the tilt of the angle of the stand. Once you get it set to where it's right, you should be able to pick your feet up and it hangs. There's no pressure on my feet. I'm not on a platform, I'm not on a step. And that's where the beauty of the comfort from the JX3 comes from. Just like a normal saddle, you can lean in it. You just do as you need. But when you're sitting there for 2-3 hours waiting on that deer to come up, you are actually just sitting in a camp chair. Kicks back, it reclines back. It's like sitting by the campfire. When you get into the tree and you get everything settled, unhook your sternum strap, loosen up your shoulder straps, and lay them in the back out of your way. This way it gives you more mobility. When you're shooting your bow, it gives you where you can move up, bend from your waist to get your angle right. I shoot a trad bow, so bending at my waist is something important. That's the reason I keep my back reclined back as far as I do. So when I do take my shot, I can lean up and keep my form. With the JX3 stick in the top bar, you can see I'm well above what I'm supposed to be as far as weight. The stick isn't moving, the stick hadn't flexed, it hadn't made any noise, and I've gone everywhere with it. This tree is leaning real bad to the right, so it wants to throw me that way as I move down, but as I move back to the left, I can come all the way to the side. I can get all the way out on to the very tip. Nothing. The JX3 system is the most comfortable and versatile saddle on the market. No other saddle can compare to it because it's not technically a saddle, it's a hybrid. That's why it's called a JX3 Hybrid. As you can see, anything you can do in your soft saddle, I can do in this saddle. But what you can't do in your soft saddle, I can do in this one. I can recline. I don't have to buy a back band. To be comfortable. I don't have to worry about the 2-panel system. I don't have to worry about having a big pack if I want to pack my meat out, because this is my pack frame. I carry my meat out on it. You noticed I have my JX3 VersaPack backpack hanging on the hook on the back in between the 2 shoulder bags. That carries all the equipment, extra equipment I need. I do have the bino harness that goes to the tree when I get set, plus a camera arm. It all packs onto the back of here. I don't carry any more packs on what you see other than 1 bino harness. For the shoulder bags, I have 2 extras for my dump pouches, but the ones on the shoulders, they are made so you simply just reach back, grab them, and you open them up. I have a spare tether with a foot loop. That's for self-rescue in case something does happen to a stick. I can get out of the tree by myself. The other side has my T-handle and my small accessories I don't use all the time, but they're there when I need them. After you get that on, I loosen up my tree fork knob, I set into the tree, it pushes it all the way in, tighten it back up and secure it. It's not going to get you. If you'll look, a little tip, run the tail end of your lineman line or your tether, either one, through your carabiner, and it becomes a prusik tender, so you don't have to spend any more extra money on that. As you pull your slack, it runs it up. Climb up, take your slack off your tether, unlock your carabiner, pull your locker ball down, loosen tether, and then what I do most hunts is I'll either put it back in my bag or I'll drop it. Then hold on to your tree, grab the top part of your prusik if it's tended properly. 2 fingers, you can release the pressure on it. Give you some slack, step down to your steps, and down. As you can see, the JX3 tree fork, this is what sets the JX3 apart from all other saddles. That tree fork not only makes a fine adjustment on your leveling of your stand, it keeps your knees off the tree. It gives you a pivot point. As you can see, you pivot on the spikes, and then if you need to make a big move, you push off with your seat or feet and move it to another part of the tree, then make your pivot there. The back of the stand, the backrest, the back of the saddle is basically a military grade pack frame. It nestles, or it fits your body. It works as your pack frame, but as you can see, you got the same material on the back that you do for the seat, and it's a separation between the actual hard plastic back and what you're doing. You have an airflow there to help keep cool air coming in, plus it keeps it extra comfortable because you're not leaning up against hard plastic. You're leaning up against the cushion material. The seat on the JX3 is this trampoline style material, like a millennium tree stand. You're sitting on almost a stretchy fabric. You can see the band, the webbing bands under it. That's your main support. And the good thing, or what this does, is it keeps it extremely comfortable. It keeps you in the stand or in the woods an extra 30 minutes or extra 45 minutes without having to talk yourself out of going home because you're getting tired, you're getting sore, your legs are getting tired. The JX3 Versa Pack, backpack, and shoulder bags fit perfectly into the back of the seat. It doesn't pull the seat down as you're sitting in it like a heavier backpack that you'll hang from the top loop wheel. And the reason why is you have the built-in or cord there that's further down that holds the center of gravity higher up. And then, like I showed earlier, the shoulder bags are on bungee cords attached to the bottom strap of the stand. You have the D-loops, plastic D-loops that I use to hook my tethers to things, and anything else I need to hang, like my dump pouch or anything like that. The gear ties I have added myself, and I attach my sticks to that as I'm climbing so I can carry them up the tree. This is the new bow holder. I have it attached to one of the shoulder bags on the molly straps, but it would actually attach to the side of the strap for regular use. I just moved it out like that so I can use the extra bag. The original bow holder is two of the plastic D-clips that you basically open up and hang your bowstring on. This new bow holder holds a trad bow perfectly well. Doesn't bounce around, doesn't fall out when you move, and it's right there by your hip, by your left leg when you get ready to lift it up to take a shot. If you're a right-handed or left-handed shooter, it'll be on the right side. JX3 is the most comfortable and versatile saddle on the market today. You will not beat it for its comfort. You will not beat it for its versatility. For years I would not leave the ground because of previous injuries to my back and my hip. I couldn't sit in a stand. 30 minutes into a ladder stand, my legs are numb, and I had to climb down on numb legs where I can't feel my feet. I sit from daylight to dark in this saddle multiple days in a row. I've never had any issue. One thing you will hear saddle companies tell all the time is you have to get, once you get in the saddle shape, it's comfortable. You'll never hear that said about the JX3 because there is no getting in the saddle shape. There is no hip pinch to it. There's no saddle shape to it. You don't have to get your quads, your hamstrings in shape because you're not standing on your feet the whole day. You're not putting pressure on your feet. As I showed earlier, your feet have absolutely no weight on them. You can kick your feet back, don't even have to touch a platform, and you hang exactly like you're supposed to. You don't have to buy knee pads. You don't have to carry knee pads in because your knees never touch the tree. You don't have to spend the extra money on the back band because it has a built-in back band. You don't have to worry about being too stiff, being set up too straight, because you can recline the seat back. If it's too far back, you 2 pulls of the strap, you sit back up. It's fully adjustable to fit most any body style. Most body types, you have to keep getting in different saddles to find out which one fits you best. This one fits. Simple as that. I'm starting my 4th year with this exact saddle. At the end of this deer season, I'll have over 400 hunts in this particular saddle. I will never leave the ground in anything other than the JX3.